I had a conversation this week with a young lady who had problems with alcohol and drugs. She got off of it several times and then went back on it. And she had one of her children die, and then the second one. And it was like so devastating to her that she literally chose to go into oblivion because she said she wanted to numb herself. From everything that I know, and I'm not an expert, but I lived with one for a lot of years. And everything I know about alcohol, in the beginning, before your body gets that severe allergy reaction, you have a choice. You literally choose to drink. Now, she didn't tell me this, but I told her even now, without consequences, without thinking, as soon as she sees the bottle, she just picks it up and she just drinks it. Never for a second stopping to think, hey, I should quit this, this is wrong, whatever. However, that proves it's her choice. You can't say that she can't control it because that's a lie. God gave us a free moral agency, which empowers us to be able to make a choice. And once we make that choice, then God helps us. Either the devil sinks us deeper by choosing him, or God lifts us up by choosing him. Either way, it's a choice. It is not something that you just cannot help. There are people who believe if I could just only get rid of this, if I could just stop doing this, everything would be all right. Well, there is a core to your problem. There is something that's way deep down inside that caused you to reach for that without thinking, to do it. In some cases, it would be that sin doesn't mean anything to you, which means God's blood doesn't mean anything to you. Oh yeah, you heard about it. Oh yeah, but it's not real. It really doesn't do anything. I don't know why people pay attention to teachings on it when it's, what good is it? What good does it do? Well, when you ask God to cover things with the blood and you decide that you are going to defeat the enemy and you are not going to be this way anymore, automatically you're making a choice and a right one. And that is when God gives you the grace to do what you need to do, when you truly get sincere. Because if you're not sincere, all you're going to do is play around, and then you'll quit for a little while, and then you'll come back around and do it again and again, making God look like he is nothing, like it is impossible for him to save you. It is impossible for him to bring you out of everything, when that is impossible to say, because every one of us have the power to overcome. Every one of us. And all of those thoughts and feelings that pass through our brain, that pass through our emotions, that we just have never bothered to die for. To pick up our cross, because that's dying to self. And you pick up your cross, which is you, and you die to you. What you think, what you feel, what you believe, what you memorized. And most of the people, they say, oh, I read my Bible today. I faithfully read it each and every day, 2 and 3 times through 2 and 3 chapters. I used to read 9 and 10 chapters in the morning and read it 9 or 10 more at night. And it never made me change or caused me to want to change. It never did anything because I read it like a dead word. I read it like it had no meaning. Like the distance between me and God was, I was here and he's up there somewhere. And since I don't know where, I have no access to him. So why bother? Now, you don't say that outwardly, but you are saying that inwardly with your choices. And I said, I cannot lie to you. I'm going to have to tell you the absolute truth. In your condition and the things that you take so lightly, God is saying to you, time may come where I'm not going to pull you out of it. I'm not going to help you out of it. And I'm just going to stop striving with trying to get you to love me enough to obey me. There comes a time where God draws a line of demarcation and says, that's enough. I'm done with this. And when you give up trying, or I don't like to use the word trying, because when you give up allowing God to work with you, then what you do is you quit. And in Malachi 3, there is a thing where it says, you throw your hands up in the air and say, what's the use? What's the use in serving God? And right after that is said, God says, well, now you give the wicked the power to do whatever they want. Because you have decided and made the decision that I'm as God never going to come and rescue you. I'm never going to help you. I'm never going to deliver you. I'm never going to anything. You know, the majority did that. And when they did that, they made up their mind, well, God's never going to send them somebody that will help them do the things that need to be done in the nation. It was always going to be evil. I'm sorry. I'm making a tape and now I have to shut it off.